more humble.
So it's crazy.
I feel like the internet gave you the
Man, welcome back to another episode of the Think Successfully Room. This is a platform where we focus on building mindsets. We building character, bringing value to both you and your people, and aligning your body with your intelligence. I am your host, QB So Effing Amazing. And right now I have a very powerful individual with me on the side of me right now, Tiffany Ingram.
Yes.
I hope I didn't mispronounce that.
Nah, you good. You good.
Yeah, but definitely appreciate you for coming to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So as I was reading your bio, it said that you have served 6 years in the U.S. Army.
That's right.
Battlegrounds of Iraq.
Yeah.
So, my first question is what intrigued you to join the U.S. Army?
When I tell people this story, it really wasn't about, being patriotic or, serving my country. It was more or less about me getting college money to pay for college.
Okay.
My mother was a single parent and I wasn't, really focused in high school to get scholarships and stuff like that. So I vowed that I would find a way to pay for my own schooling. And the military did that for me. So I met up with a recruiter and he said, "Look, you trying to go to college?" I said, "Yeah." It was a simple, straight like that. I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to go." He said, "Okay, we pay for your scholarship. We'll give you a scholarship. You can go to college while you're in the military. And then when you get out, the state of Illinois has a grant that you could come back here and also get your school paid for by the state." So I have my master's degree also, and the state of Illinois paid for it.
That was very strategic. A lot of people don't. I guess a lot of people don't think about that method.
No, I didn't. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't think about it either. I went to school, I partied in the military, and served my country, had a little fun. But no, when it was time for me to plan my exit, I said, "Okay, this is what I need to do."
Right. And how? I guess with that, with being in the U.S. Army, like, what was the transition like? Transitioning from that coming back into corporate America.
It was hard.
Especially trying to get adapted to corporate America. How was that?
I'm gonna tell you, it was hard for me to transition just to come back and be normal with my friends. Because once you see so much, you go to Iraq and you're riding through cities where the cities are torn. Like, we bombed them the night before.
Oh,
right.
So
you're riding through these areas and you see people begging for food. You see kids, walking around. You don't know if they have their parents or not. And you come back here and your friend's talking about the same thing. Your life is different. Your perspective is different. So it was hard for me to transition even back to being normal with my friends because I had seen something that I couldn't explain to them. I couldn't even process it.
Oh, so I'm not even sure if you would be able to talk too much about that because I'm curious as far as how it changed your mentality just being in Iraq and then coming back to this country.
I became grateful for everything, right? I really switched my focus to me internally on how I could become a better person. And first, I had to really process again all the stuff that I'd seen over there because there's no amount of training that you can go through that equips you for that.
Facts.
There's
okay,
none.
that's understandable.
And I know a lot of people that'll say, if you're in the streets, it's the same thing. Like, you see stuff, and I'm like, you might be right, but I'm telling you, I wasn't equipped for that. I'm not that girl. Like, I'm not a tough person. So I had to really understand and process what I had seen, and then decide what type of woman I was going to become. You know what I mean? And a lot of that requires separation too. So when you ask the question about transition to corporate America, it was just transitioning back to a normal life. Skip corporate America for right now.
Right.
Because I wasn't even ready for them at all in the state that I came back in.
So I appreciate you for your service for even, I think it takes a lot of courage to even, go into that type of environment, not even knowing what to expect when you go over there.
Yeah.
And the fact that you was looking more of at it like a bigger picture. Like I want to go to school, I want to go to college. Obviously I don't want to be drowned in debt.
Yeah.
So what is another option that I can take that's going to help me pay for that college? And the fact that you took that step, I admire that.
Thank you.
Because it takes a lot of courage for that. So another thing I came across was do you study? I'm guessing you big on artificial intelligence, correct?
I am.
So what is your thoughts on AI, artificial intelligence?
So, well, you really did read my bio.
No, I did my research.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah, I read
you came equipped because most people talk about the other stuff. But as far as AI is concerned, I launched a business actually a month ago, Lux Link Business Solutions, and it's a service-based business that helps small businesses, large corporations incorporate AI into their business in a safe, responsible manner. So I'm currently in human resources, so I've kind of mirrored that too as well. So I provide HR strategic support too with this business, but I currently use it in my other business, which I don't know if we'll talk about that, but it makes my life more, I'm more productive, and it's a lot, there's a lot to it. There's a lot that I haven't even tapped into yet, but I've seen how incorporating it into my day-to-day and even my 9 to 9, because I'm a global HR director too. I'm more productive. I get more things done. And there's a scary side though. If it's unregulated, and if you don't really know how to use it properly, there's a lot of damage that could be done. So
it's okay. It's a couple questions I had just out of what you just said. So why it's still on my mental. The first one is the damage when it's not regulated. What's the damage that could be done?
Well, because depending upon, I use ChatGPT a lot.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
There are different versions of that. Yeah. And you have to fact check this stuff. Like you can't just put a prompt in there and just assume that you're getting back, factual information. Like you got to fact check what you're getting, because AI is constantly learning from other, again, sources that are put into the internet. So we all know Wikipedia is, hey, I saw this movie, this is how I interpret it. If you ask AI something about that movie, it may pick up Wikipedia sources or something like that.
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
So now it's going to tell you something, and now you're going to run with something based on incorrect or inaccurate information. So we see those photos. I mean, you can use AI to generate photos. We've seen Photoshop AI generated photos. Like, is that them?
Yeah, like, is that really Miley Cyrus? Yeah,
you know what I mean? I mean, so just imagine if you can make a photo that looks realistic, that's not factual. Imagine, again, what you can do with the information that we're receiving from that. So you really have to, my company and our policy, like we can utilize AI to do certain things, but we really have to make sure that stuff is factual. So we have to do our due diligence and make sure.
Man, so I think it would only be, it'd be on them if they solely relied on artificial intelligence without doing the fact checks. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to artificial intelligence, I feel like it's a tool for creators to use to make their workflow a lot more easy, right? But that's just it. It's more so like an assistant to help you get out of those blocks that you may hit, and you just need a little bit of a push to be more creative. And, you pretty much just taking the help of AI, but then still adding your own little twist to whatever AI is throwing at you. So when you said your other business, you talking about your clothing line, right? So how are you utilizing artificial intelligence to help with that brand?
So I will, I'll ask it to build me like 30-day strategies, like social media strategies, and put it into a checklist almost, right? Break it down day by day. What should I be doing every day? And if it's something that I'm not familiar with doing, like let's just say I wanted to do a contest or something. Okay, give me step-by-step instructions on how to launch this from start to finish, to include any images that I should include, right? So I use Midjourney too. Midjourney is an image creator. So I actually have a coloring book on Amazon that I created with ChatGPT and Midjourney.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's fire. Yeah, that's fire. That's different. Yeah, Midjourney is actually Midjourney is fire.
Dope. It's
but
dope.
Going back to GPT, so it's another strategy that that stores been using as well. So let's say you ask the Chat GPT like what is the top what are my top customers for this month, right? That have purchased, let's say, things over $100, right?
Yep.
The AI will actually generate the customers that have, purchased more than $100 worth of merchandise. And then you can tell it like, look, could you create a $20 discount code for each one of those customers and ship it to them? And I feel like it has, this type of technology has saved you a significant amount of time, because now you don't have to do it manually. It's like you got your own virtual assistant.
I've created my own virtual assistant.
See,
I've created a chat bot. Her name is Chat Keisha.
Oh, damn, for real? That's fine.
Chat Keisha. I have a PR. I have a marketing director. I have a PR consultant too.
And they all AI generated?
They all AI generated. And so I go to them and I'll say, hey, I have a customer that has this question. Please draft an email response specifically to this question based upon, because I've trained it. So you have to train ChatGPT. Like you have to train it. It knows everything about my business. It knows my business plan. It knows all of that. Now, the only thing with putting all that information in there, of course, it's going to learn based on the information that I feed it. Now, if you have Chat Enterprise, that's different. That protects your information. That's a business solution. So ChatGPT can't utilize the information that you put in there if you're utilizing the enterprise solution, so they say. So anything in 3.5 or 4, ChatGPT can use it to help somebody else, like if they have a question about it. But I'm like, okay, it's cool. There's so many boutiques out here. Fine. I'm not really tripping about that.
That right there. So did you have to learn, is this some type of code that has to, did you have to learn some type of code to make that happen?
So I didn't have to learn the code. I'm actually in the this AI certification program right now. And just learning about, again, how to use ChatGPT, how to train it, how to train it in my voice. Like I could take trainings, take the transcripts, load them into ChatGPT, and I can ask it, hey, do you understand my writing style? What's my writing style? What's my voice? What's my tone? And it'll spit back what it interprets based on the information I put in there. So once you train it, it can do anything.
Damn, that's man, I think that's amazing for the main reason of now you don't have to sit here, and take the step of hiring assistants, paying an assistant, hiring them. And I think, I don't believe artificial intelligence has the sole purpose of, destroying humanity in a sense. No. But I mean, I think something like that will happen just through natural course, in terms of jobs, because if I could sit here and train an AI to do exactly what I'm gonna pay you for, what's the point of, you know what I'm saying?
And so that's why I switched my focus to understanding how to regulate it and how to utilize it responsibly, because I can tell you all of this, but what you were really hiring me for is your time, right? You don't have time to do all of this stuff. I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Right. And I read an article, it's been several months ago, that talked about the different jobs that could be eliminated due to AI. And human resources is one of those, right? It's one of those where you could put in, hey, I have an employee that does this. What should I do about it? Right. But you're still going to need somebody to regulate that. You're not going to have time to do all that.
Yeah, that's true. Especially when you think of AI is powerful, but I don't, I do agree when it's just certain things that a human has to do that an AI may not be able to. So that was going back into just by you bringing up human resources. So when it comes to artificial intelligence and human resources, how would that, I guess, create something that's revolutionary?
So I can tell you now, I've utilized it to roll out like global strategies or strategic initiatives for my company, right? So again, it's not meant to replace your creativity or thinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's there to aid you.
Yeah.
Meaning, okay, I have this initiative. It has to be rolled out to these specific countries. How should I do it? right? My company is very, very particular about us not putting in their information, their personalized information. I can generalize it all I want, right? Okay, I need to do this. This is what I need to do. Here's the contents. How should I do it? And again, it'll spit out that strategy of helping me do all that. So it saved me. I mean, literally PowerPoint presentations, I can get those done in like 10 minutes now.
So before AI, how long was it taking you to do them?
Probably a couple hours.
See,
to be honest,
that's a game changer, because now it saves you almost 2 hours to be able to utilize that elsewhere.
So it basically takes the daunting administrative tasks and reduces the time that I have to spend on them. Right. So it's like, okay, I'll spend an hour or so, hour or two. That hour or two is now 30 minutes.
Man, that's amazing. No, that was definitely a breakdown. So what are some other ways that artificial intelligence, before we close out, besides the human resources and your boutique, what's some other ways that you may be using artificial intelligence just throughout your day-to-day life?
I mean, those are the main things now. My friend, she developed a chatbot that basically helped you come up with date night ideas. So it's like, hey, I have what are some things I can do in Chicago in the wintertime? And I went in and I played around with their app, and it spit out events that were actually happening in Chicago. So you can utilize AI for almost anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. But again, just when you do choose to dibble and dab in it, I tell anybody, try it out with something that you know a little bit about, so you can do that fact check, right?
Facts,
so you can do your due diligence and make sure that you are you're actually getting information that's accurate, and you're not, again, being one of the people that's spreading false information or misinforming people.
I definitely feel like you should be utilizing, especially if you're a business owner or creator, you definitely should be utilizing AI in some form to make your workflow a lot more productive, a lot more efficient. Because if you're not, utilizing AI, you're going to fall behind the people that's actually utilizing this technology.
And I tell businesses, there are some that are like, I don't want it in my business. Listen, you still need to know about it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You just can't just say, okay, I'm not going to learn anything about it, because as you stated, you'll be left behind.
Yeah.
And
it's necessary. It's mandatory, It was one more question with Midjourney. So you was using strictly Midjourney just to generate photos for your boutique?
I've used it for generating photos for my boutique, also my coloring book, and I have a t-shirt brand for Expressions 815 that I've utilized to generate images, different images, and put them on t-shirts and stuff.
The coloring book is genius. I definitely got to give you credit for that. Tiffany, I appreciate your time for coming and chopping it up as far as your experience in Iraq, your purpose behind going into Iraq. And again, appreciate you for your service. Man, I'm happy about your opinion about artificial intelligence, and I'm intrigued with how you're utilizing artificial intelligence. And if you got the time in the future, we have to.
Yeah, have me back.
Yeah, we have to have another conversation. I know it seemed like, what I'm saying, that if we ain't have enough time to get into everything we wanted to, but I definitely appreciate your time for that.
Thank you for having me. And again, I'm here, so I'll be back.
Man, appreciate you, Tiff. Is it okay if I call you Tiff? Okay.
Look, we fam now. You
all
call me Tiff.
Appreciate it.
All
right.
you.
So without that being said, is there something you want to say before we close out?
I mean, everybody can find me at Nicole the Ingram on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and also Tiffany's Closet and Lux Link Business Solutions is also on all platforms too as well. That's my AI and HR strategy business. So.
Okay. Yeah, definitely appreciate it. So without that being said, y'all, life is good. Life is wonderful. Be blessed to be alive. Self-sufficiency is how you survive. To the kings and queens, to the gods and goddess, forever and always. Think successfully. Yeah.
Let's get it.